Doug Hill, men's soccer season is upon us. You've been playing some games, albeit exhibitions. Your impression of your team throughout those three matches?
Yeah, I like the way we're playing. We opened up against Denver University, and I like the speed of play and the continuity we had going up and down the field. We got one or two players hurt in that game. They sat out the following scrimmages, but overall I was impressed the way we bounced back from, kind of a slow start. And I think there's some good, exciting soccer to be played this year.
Let's talk about Western Athletic Conference poll. Your team picked fourth. You're the defending, tournament champions. Grand Canyon was picked almost not unanimously, but half of the coaches voted for them to finish first. They had the most points. Your impression, I know you probably don't look too much at preseason polls, but Air Force still getting respect. Is it enough?
Yes, I think that's a good spot. As long as we're in the top six at the end of the year, we get into the conference playoffs. So you want to be in the top six. There's 11 teams in our conference, so 5 won't make it. But Grand Canyon did win the conference overall last year. They were undefeated going into the playoffs. And I think you remember we played them in the final match, and they were able to get 3 goals. The defensive player of the year last year was the goalie from Grand Canyon. And he actually transferred as a grad student up to Portland. So I guess we'll see him again, and I hope we can surprise him again like we did in the conference playoff.
Yeah, you're going to see him again real soon because it starts this week. You go to Portland and then Oregon State. Does that? I'm sure it's playing on his mind that he gets to play against Air Force again as a player for Portland. How is it playing in your player's mind and in your mind?
We're going to look at it as a new team, but what you'll see on the rosters this year, it's unusual that you have graduate students, but everybody in the COVID year got an extra year to play. So I looked at Portland's roster and I looked at Oregon State, and they both have 3 or 4 grad students. I think you can look at our roster. We don't have any. Our guys graduated, became lieutenants. They're out there serving already, doing great things in the Air Force. But it'll be a little different. Not many teams lost many players if they liked them because they just renewed their scholarships for, like San Jose had 12 seniors. I asked the coach out at the Surf Cup, I said, how many of those seniors left? He goes, none of them. So I think we'll see that same team from San Jose. I think they're going to be very strong. The conference overall is strong. Nobody really lost anybody. We lost 4, but we got some new youth players that are going to add to our depth and add a little spice to our play.
Are the players more excited because the competition level might be that much better because of the more experience on the other teams? Are they excited because it's not COVID so far this year and you can actually have a season when you're supposed to play? Is there an added excitement kind of about the season?
The best thing about our team is I think we're excited every time we step on the field. We may not show up as the stronger team going into it, player for player, but I think we play like one of the strongest teams. We're united, we defend as a group, we attack as a group. And like you said, just getting on the field right at the start is going to be an advantage. We only came off play like at the end of April, May. I think I did an interview. It's only been 3 months since I've been sitting in your room here, and but they're just as excited because you put a lot of hard work into the whole training, the preseason, the fitness, and then to go compete against another team is the ultimate goal. And we have players that know how to compete and will compete, and they sometimes fight above their weight class.
Yeah. The final question I have for you is, can you use that as momentum? Because it was the spring, it wasn't last fall that you made that run at the end of the season. Can you use that as momentum now? And, you only lost 4 players. Everybody else was a part of this.
Yeah, we got extra games in. When you go to the NCAAs, as we went last year, and we lost a seat in Hall, the whole goal was to try to make it back into the NCAAs. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. There's 204 teams out there. Every one of those teams has the same goal. But if you look at the NCAA record book, usually guys, when they get into the NCAAs, they sometimes can make a deeper run because of the experience you had. It's going to be very competitive. Our non-conference season is pretty tough. Starting out this weekend, Oregon State made it to the NCAAs. Grand Canyon made it. We were playing DU this year on the schedule, and they were in the NCAAs. So there's 3 teams that you're going to compete against that were in the show last year also. So it's good. It's going to be great to be back on the field, and we're excited about the trip.
Coach Hill, thanks for the time. Good luck in Oregon.
You bet, Brian. See you.